If your team is already using AI, your policy is already late.
That is the signal for today.
I'm Kristina. This is the Lumin Signal, the daily marketing podcast from Lumin Marketing Group.
This week, we're talking about practical AI for businesses.
Not magic.
Not hype.
Not a pile of new tools that nobody has time to manage.
Today, we're answering one buyer question. What should a small business AI policy say?
And the reason this matters is simple.
Most owners are not asking whether AI is interesting.
They already know it's interesting.
They are asking whether it can help their actual business without creating risk, confusion, or generic output.
That is the right question.
Because a business doesn't need AI theater,
It needs clearer work,
faster preparation,
better follow-up,
cleaner content.
and a human review layer that protects trust.
The memorable line is this: if your team is already using AI, your policy is already late.
This episode gives small businesses a practical AI policy starter that protects customer trust without turning into a legal textbook.
Let us slow this down and make it useful.
AI works best when the business already knows the job it wants done.
If the job is vague, the output will be vague.
If the source information is messy, the output will carry that mess forward.
If nobody reviews the result, the business is outsourcing judgment without meaning to.
And that is where small businesses can get into trouble.
Not because AI is bad.
Because unmanaged AI becomes another place where the business sounds unclear.
So today's tool is practical.
It is called the one-page AI rules sheet.
You can build it in a Google Doc, a spreadsheet, Notion, or even a whiteboard.
The point is not the software.
The point is the decision process. Here is the framework. Allowed uses, where AI can help.
Restricted uses, what should not go into a tool.
Review rules, what requires human approval.
Disclosure rules, when people should know AI helped.
Owner, who updates the policy as tools and risks change.
This matters because most AI mistakes are not dramatic at first.
They look like a slightly generic email,
A blog paragraph that sounds like every other business.
a follow-up message that is fast but not helpful,
A team member pasting customer information into a tool without thinking through privacy.
or a workflow that feels clever once but nobody repeats it.
A good AI system should reduce that risk.
It should make the business clearer, not blurrier.
It should support the team, not replace their judgment.
It should make the buyer path better.
And it should be easy enough to use on a normal workday.
That is the Lumin position on AI.
Useful infrastructure.
Human reviewed.
Connected to real buyer questions.
And grounded in the proof the business can actually support.
Let us talk about the software for a second.
A real tool you could use here is a shared Google Doc or Notion page.
But don't let the tool become the strategy.
The strategy is the workflow,
What goes in,
what comes out,
who checks it,
where it's used.
and what the business learns from it.
That is what separates a useful AI workflow from a random prompt.
Here is an example.
A business might use AI to draft a first version of an email, summarize a call, organize customer questions, turn a service explanation into a checklist, or prepare social post options.
Those can all be useful.
But only if the business adds context.
Who is the customer?
What did they ask?
What can we truthfully promise?
What proof do we have?
What should the next step feel like?
Those are human questions.
AI can help organize the answer.
But the business has to own the answer.
That is especially important for Lumin clients and local businesses.
Because trust is built in the details,
The local language,
the actual process,
the real constraints,
the proof that exists.
the tone that sounds like a human, not a prompt template.
So if you're listening and feeling behind, don't start by trying to automate everything.
Start smaller.
Pick one workflow.
Pick one reviewer.
Pick one place where the output will be used.
And decide what good looks like before you judge the tool.
There is also a safety layer here.
Do not put sensitive customer information, private financial details, employee issues, legal material, or anything confidential into a tool without understanding your account settings and responsibilities.
If the work is regulated, legal, medical, financial, or high risk, get the right professional review.
For most marketing and operations tasks, the practical rule is still useful.
Use AI to prepare.
Use humans to decide.
Use proof to publish.
And use feedback to improve the workflow.
That is how AI becomes a business system instead of a novelty.
Let us make this more concrete.
Imagine a team is already using AI in private, but nobody has said what information is safe, what needs review, or who owns the final output.
That is where a lot of businesses are right now.
They can see the possibility.
They can feel the pressure.
And they may also feel a little embarrassed that they have not figured it all out yet.
But being cautious is not the same as being behind.
Caution can be useful if it leads to a better
The
system,
problem is when caution turns into avoidance.
or when excitement turns into random experimentation with no review.
Both create friction.
One keeps the business from learning,
The other creates messy output that can damage trust.
so the policy doesn't need to be huge, it needs to be visible, specific, and easy enough that people actually follow it.
That is the shape we want.
A clear use case,
A clear input,
a clear reviewer,
a clear place where the output goes.
and a clear way to know whether it helped.
This is also why AI should not sit only with the most technical person on the team.
The technical person may understand the tool,
But sales understands the questions.
operations understands the process.
Leadership understands the promise.
Customer-facing staff understand where people get confused.
A useful AI workflow pulls those pieces together.
It doesn't remove the people who know the business.
It makes their knowledge easier to reuse,
That is the quiet opportunity here,
not replacing the team.
capturing more of what the team already knows,
Turning repeated explanations into better content.
turning messy notes into clearer follow-up,
Turning scattered questions into a useful knowledge base.
turning blank page work into reviewed drafts.
And turning owner intuition into a repeatable system.
But there is a line we should not cross.
AI should not create proof you don't have.
It should not invent results.
It should not make promises your team can't keep.
It should not publish sensitive information just because someone wanted a faster answer.
And it should not flatten the business into generic language.
The final output still has to sound like it belongs to a real company,
A company with a location,
a process,
a point of view,
a standard.
and actual humans behind the work.
That is what buyers are looking for.
They are not asking whether your business used AI.
They are asking whether your business feels clear, competent, current, and trustworthy.
If AI helps with that, use it.
If it makes the business less clear, slow down.
The tool is not the win.
The better buyer experience is the win.
If a business did this for one full week, here is what would change.
The team would stop treating AI as a separate experiment.
It would become part of a real workflow.
There would be fewer blank pages,
Fewer scattered notes.
fewer forgotten follow-ups,
Fewer generic drafts leaving the business without review.
and more useful first versions that a human can improve.
That is a healthy goal.
Not perfect automation.
Better preparation.
Better consistency.
Better buyer understanding.
And better use of the knowledge already inside the business.
This is why we keep coming back to one idea.
AI is not the strategy.
The strategy is making the business easier to find, trust, choose, and work with.
AI can support that strategy when it's pointed at the right job.
And when a human is still responsible for the final decision.
That combination is where the value is.
Here is today's small action. Write a one-page AI rules sheet for your team with 3 allowed uses, 3 restricted uses, and 1 required human review step.
Keep it small enough to actually do.
1 workflow,
1 review step.
1 useful improvement.
That is how this becomes manageable.
And if you want help turning practical AI into clearer content, better follow-up, stronger public proof, and human-reviewed systems, Lumin Marketing Group can help.
Tomorrow, we will look at how AI can help follow up without making the customer feel automated.
Thank you for listening to the Lumin Signal.
Produced by Lumin Marketing Group.
We will see you tomorrow.